So my research focused on co-parental communication, which is how parents communicate just as parents. It removes the romantic relationship and focuses on their interaction related to parenting decisions and the way that they coach their parents through their lives. And it looked at that relationship as it's associated with negative disclosures that parents tell their children and relational outcomes such as closeness and satisfaction. And the main focus was to look at how disclosures helped to explain the relationship between how parents interact as co-parents and how close and how satisfied kids are with their parents and whether or not there was a relationship between those variables. So it starts with a lot of background research, looking at what already exists in the literature and what has already been discovered, and pulling measures for survey responses to figure out kind of how to measure what you're looking at. And I developed a survey that took about 25-30 minutes for people to answer, and then distributed that survey through classes on campuses and also through social media. And gained about 230 responses and collected that data and then put it into a system and analyzed all of it to figure out whether those connections existed. The biggest challenge was definitely getting those 230 responses. Getting people to respond to surveys that they don't have a lot invested in can be a huge challenge of survey research, and it really took a lot of time to do that. Spent about 3 months getting responses, and the biggest way that I overcame it was by working with professors who understand the value of the research. A lot of them helped me to get my surveys into their classes, and social media is a huge networking tool that helped me as well. Getting people to share the survey through social media and encouraging their friends and family members to take it. My biggest inspiration is my own personal experience. I think that growing up I had a really good relationship with my parents, and they divorced when I was 17, and my relationships are still really great with them, but they changed. And as I saw that change, I had a lot of questions about what was causing change in relationships and what were the factors that encourage our closeness and our satisfaction with our parents, especially when we go to college. And I really wanted to look at how the things that our parents tell us can shape those relationships and the way that our parents interact, right? And so through that divorce, both of those things changed a lot, and I was curious at how those might interact with each other, and I realized that's probably not something that just I'm experiencing, and that it's probably something that a lot of us experience, and I think parent-child relationships are so important in shaping who we are and how we succeed. And so the more we understand that, the more effectively we can coach parents through that kind of behavior. And I am continuing my research. My article is actually under review for journal publication right now. We did some editing and revising and have sent it out to the Journal of Family Communication, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll see an extension of that. And I'm actually using my data again to work on a second research article right now, looking at not just the valence of the disclosures, which is how positive or negative they are, but actually how appropriate children perceive them to be, and whether or not the appropriateness helps explain the relationship, such that if a child perceives it as more appropriate, will they feel closer than if they feel that the disclosure was less appropriate. My biggest advice is to choose something you're passionate about. A lot of the time research is something you're going to do for a long time, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and it's not always easy. And on those hard days, having something you're passionate about and something you're interested in really helps you accomplish your goals and find that drive to push through, especially in the crazy busy schedules that most of us have. Choosing something you're passionate about will not only enhance the value of your research to yourself, but also the quality of the research that you produce.